What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. Let me go ahead and send out the announcement on. Check. What's going on, everybody? Just gonna wait for a few more people to tune in, and we will get started. Can everybody see my screen? Can everybody hear me? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another London session. My name is Marky. I typically will be streaming in Asia and London. So if you guys are new here, I trade gold. I only trade gold. That's the only pair that I trade in Asia, London, New York session. Once you guys master, once you guys learn a strategy, you don't need multiple pairs. You just need to stick to one. If you guys are normally trading NASDAQ, I'd recommend you stick to that. Like, you obviously learn how to trade NASDAQ and you master it. You learn its behavior. You learn what it does during Asia, London, New York, and you just replicate your strategy over and over again. You got to come in with an edge. So that's what I recommend. That's why I only trade gold, because the more that you stick to one thing, the more that you understand it. 200 people on this live and he'll do a legacy giveaway. Bro, 200 people on this live, I'll do a cash giveaway, bro. What is his market? It's gold. MGC is gold. Gold for futures work too? Yes. All nighter? Yeah, we gotta pull an all nighter stream starting now. I'm just kidding, guys. The wife wouldn't approve of that. We just gotta catch a quick banger and go to bed. But yeah, let's get it started. So today I traded Asia session. Let me break down what I was looking for today. It was off of a 5-minute IFVG. I took this trade earlier today off of this IFVG right here. You can see I have it marked out. It's this white one. And pretty much as soon as it closed below, it turned into an IFVG. I took the trade off of that right there, and I'm still holding it on my live account. By the way, guys, little side note, but Legacy did actually get a fresh website. So if you guys haven't checked it out already, if you guys are gonna go get a new account, look at this website. This is fire. So website is out there. And again, to get an account, you scroll down, you see the different options. We have Rise, Elite, Instant Funded. For the Rise account, this is the cheapest account and the most popular, 50K with $100 activation. But if you guys use code MARK, you can get 20% off. I'd recommend going and checking out the website. It looks sick. If you haven't already seen it, take a look around. You guys can also see all the rules, all the FAQs out on there. How much is Nick paying you for this? Yeah, Nick also has this edge matrix indicator, so you guys can go check that out. Let me show you guys how that looks. So if you guys pull up the edge matrix indicator, it'll pop up a checklist where you can type in exactly what you're looking for, and as you check it off, it'll increase the win rate of your strategy. So it could go 20% and higher, etc. Does that make sense? Pretty cool indicator. If you guys struggle to follow your plan, then that's going to be something good to use. I accidentally added that twice. But let's start off from the higher time frame. Let's scale down. So I was already bearish today, and the reason why I was bearish today is because we had a bearish daily gap. So this is the same gap that I was using every single day last week for a bearish narrative last week. And we killed it last week. We did kill it. It was an amazing week of just pretty much sells every single day coming in with a bearish narrative. We kept running down, and today I have a pretty solid target too. I'm aiming for Monday's low, and right below Monday's low we have a weekly IFEG. So straight off the bat, you can see here on the 5-minute time frame, like as we scale down lower, we've got a new 8-hour and a new 4-hour. And it does not look like we currently have a wick on the top of this. Yeah, so we don't have a wick on top of this 4-hour. I'd say that's step number one, is just waiting for a wick. Because right now this is a 4-hour no wick. Pretty high time frame. Typically price won't be leaving something like that behind. No wick. Boom. So first step is going to be going back up into this no wick. And then step number two is going to be running down into this FEG. So what we are actually going to look for, we're going to look for it to run hopefully through this by pretty much New York session and finish off the move. But if we're in London session, we're still going to be looking for sells. But before I look for anything like that, I would want to see price go back up and create a wick. You guys can see actually right now, this is part of the accumulation phase. We had equal highs being built up. They're not very equal, but very close built up highs right here. We took out these highs and we also took out the lows right there. So manipulation, manipulation, and now we're beginning the distribution. So what I'm looking at right now, just for narrative, is this bullish FEG. I think once which we did actually close below it. So now we just need to create a wick, and then I'm just going to hop in sells from there. Because I am expecting it to go lower. I just don't want to sell if there's no wick on the 4-hour. You guys can't see my screen? I am sharing it, so I'm not sure why you guys can't see it. Let me just go ahead and restart this. Let me know if this works for you guys now. If it still doesn't work, let me know in the general chat, and I'll just go ahead and restart the stream. I'll hop in and out. Can see it now? It works. All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Whatever you did worked. Thank you. All right, we're pulling back up into it. Yo, what's up, Sam? How you doing? We tapped back into this 5-minute IFEG. We're not going to get a trade off of this yet because of the no wick. So we're going to wait for it to run up, create a wick first, and then if it starts going back down, then we will look for sells. Because we don't want to be selling if there's a no wick above us. Price always creates the wicks on every single candle, so there's no point of taking the risk here. It's a new 4-hour candle in London session. We're going to go ahead and run it back up, create a wick, and then we'll sell from there. We're looking for longs or shorts today. We're looking for shorts today, Branson. How's it going, Unk? Got another 24-hour ban in the kingdom. Yeah, you did, bro. No surprise here, bro. No surprise here. Can you also let us know when to get in sales, bro? I always let you guys know. I let you guys know exact SL placement, exact TP. What's the indicator you recommended? I missed it. It's called Edge Matrix. It's just a checklist for your Let me see if I can pull this up. Right here. It's a checklist just for your trading strategy. If you type that in and you Confluence check it off, you can see that the 0% goes into 20%, then it's 40%, 60%, etc. And it helps you follow your plan a little bit better. I'll send you guys the link. Okay. You can see we're pushing up higher here. So once we take out this 4-hour candle high right here, we're just going to pretty much as soon as it starts dropping back down, we're going to try to hop in. So we're going to go ahead and go over to our DX trade. So I'm trading on my 50K Rise account right now. Now that we took out this area right here, we're going to be looking for it to pull back around into a bearish candle. So I'm going to go ahead and load up 5 micros. My stop loss is going to be about 40 ticks. And my TP is going to be double to triple, or like, 1 to 2.5 R, 1 to 2 R at least. So first step is we're looking for it to start going back down from here, turning back down into a bearish candle. So as it starts to turn around here, as long as we get a nice bearish reaction from this area, we will hop in. We will be hopping in some sells. I like this though. I kind of want to hop in right now. Yeah, let's do it. I'm hopping in. I'm going to just hop in off of the 4 hour right there. 4 hour no wick plus the 5-minute IFEG. We're expecting it to go lower. I'm in with 5 micros with a 40 tick SL and a 100 tick TP. So pretty much to mark out this setup for you guys, the reason why I'm looking for this specific setup is because the 4 hour candle initially did not have a wick. Price came back up to create a wick. This is the 1 minute time frame. Let me go to the 5-minute time frame and show you what we got. Initially, price closed below this 5-minute bullish gap. So it created a 5-minute IFEG. This by itself should already be pushing price down. I feel like the only reason it went up is because it didn't have a wick. Now that it does have a wick, it can go back down. So I got in right here because I'm expecting price to go lower from here. And obviously, so I'm in with about 40 tick SL. That's slightly above this high like this. And then the TP is going to be down at the lows, just about 100 tick TP, just like that. So just like that, it's creating a wick on the 4 hour candle, and we're expecting the price to drop lower. I entered with 5 micros. It's just my usual lot size for just like these bigger positions. I don't like getting like quick trades. I like to figure out where the market is going. I feel like step 1 for today is going to be going back down into this 4 hour gap, especially because this is a new 4 hour candle. Second step on the daily is going for Monday's low. So Monday's low is right here, way lower. That's about 300 ticks. We don't obviously need to catch the whole move. We're trading London session. We just need a little piece of the pie. So I hopped in right there. And again, guys, if you're wondering what I'm trading on, the platform is really nice, especially the fact that you can auto set your SL and TP like that. If you guys like this platform, if you guys want to get a funded account so you don't have to deposit into a live account if you guys aren't ready yet, the accounts are relatively cheap. You can get a 50K for $80 if you use code MARK. So go check it out after the stream. The link is going to be in the chat. I'll send it in again just so you guys can check out the new website as well. Let me send this in. What is TP and SL? SL is 40 ticks. TP is 100 ticks. So for you, it would be 4398 for the SL, and then the TP is going to be 4384. 4384. So 4 hour has a wick now. Ooh, 8 hour might actually rebalance, so this is a little dangerous. If the 8 hour wants to push up and give us a immediate rebalance, that could be a little bit dangerous, but that would be like literally the top of our position here. Might consider potentially. I guess we'll just see and wait. If we do end up getting up there, we'll take another trade off of the immediate rebalance. I'm just hoping that we drop down here after creating a wick, leave an inefficiency there. But if we do run up and try to rebalance on the 8 hour time frame, then at that point, I'm just going to look for a second entry after we take this area out. We don't necessarily have to go there. We can still catch our trade. We can still break out through these lows. So we are now in profits. Just looking for the lows here. I'm unable to trade XAU USD, but I can trade GC1. Is that the same thing? Yeah, so as you can see, I'm using MGC, which is just a micro version of that. It's the same exact thing. GC, MGC, XAU USD, that's all the same thing. Did you enter on the 5 minute? I just entered the trade. There's no specific time frame for an entry. You can enter and it's going to be the same position on every single time frame. The reason why I entered was because the 4 hour didn't have a wick. We came up, created a wick, we tapped that 4 hour high, and I'm expecting price to go lower from here because we did create a IFVG. So that was already showing us some bearish market structure. So I was just looking for price to go lower. I'm seeing here on the 8 hour we might get a immediate rebalance. 8 hour immediate rebalance. And if it does go up there, if it doesn't want to rebalance this area and takes us out, I'll just look for a second entry. Let's see. How you guys all doing today? What time is it for everybody? Where you guys all tuning in from? I also post a lot of videos if you guys aren't understanding these concepts, if you guys want to go learn them. I even posted a trade recap from today's session. Trades by Marky. Trades by Marky on YouTube if you guys want to search up my channel. You'll see I post literally almost every single day. I post all the recaps from my streams. So go check out those videos. I'm doing minis. The reason why I like micros more than minis is because you can take more partials. Utah. What time is it in Utah right now? Search this up. Utah time. Oh, just an hour ahead. Okay, that's not bad. Riverside. Nice. I used to live in Riverside. Been studying YouTube videos. Which ones are you watching right now? North California. Why does the chart look different on TradingView and Legacy Funny Futures, bro? Because this is a Forex chart and Legacy Funny Futures is a futures chart. So it just looks different. It's the same exact thing. 1 a.m. Texas time. Sheesh, bro. What's keeping you up? You trying to make some more money today? I'm currently watching your ICT bootcamp videos. Nice. 2 a.m. Dang, you guys gotta get your sleep. You gotta be on top of that. One thing that I say for everybody, like remember your mindset is number one in trading. It's all about your psychology, your control over your emotions. The more that you can control your emotions, the more that you can obviously like follow your system. Because the only times that you guys are gonna fail as traders is gonna be when you're like it's not what you're doing to place a trade, it's what happens after the trade is done. It's like whether it's a win or a loss, you become overconfident or you become hesitant. That's the real important, like, in the real battle in trading. Be careful, guys. If someone tries to hit you on it for a 101 for 69 or however much, don't ever do it. They're scammers. Just FYI, you'll only be able to get in Marky's trade through YouTube. Yeah, so I have an application, so it's a lot more professional, and I would only ever reach out to you guys. Like it's typically towards the end of a month, and it's on your actual phone number. So I'm never gonna reach out to you on Telegram or on Discord. You guys can reach out to me, but I'm not gonna reach out to you. So yeah, if somebody messages you, it's most likely gonna be a replica. They make a bunch of fake accounts. OMG, I need this to get down. It's at 120. Minus 120? Don't risk more than you can afford to lose, bro. With 40 ticks and 5 micros, I'm risking about $250. So that's like nothing for a 50K account. You got to use good risk management, bro, because it's like, look, we entered a trade. If during the trade we realize that there's a better opportunity, like 8 hour immediate rebalance, and we get taken out, that's going to allow me to still take another setup. If you risk too much on the first trade, you're going to burn yourself and you're not going to be able to make it back on the second one. So your risk management is very important. You let us know when to get out. No, your stop loss has to let you know when to get out. Because obviously, like for me, it's like if it gets to this immediate rebalance, bro, it's so close. I kind of just want to give it more room because I know that if we take out this immediate rebalance, how much more room would I need to give it? I kind of just want to move it up. I'm going to do that. I'm going to risk a little bit more. And the reason why is just because the 8 hour is so close. If we do rebalance, I just want to give it a little bit more room. I think I'm giving it like 70 ticks. So that's factoring now in for this immediate rebalance on the 8 hour. Now I'm still obviously looking forward to that not happening, but just in the case that it does, I'm now safe from that. Just so it doesn't take me out and I have to re-enter, I'll just survive that trade. But either way, I'm looking for sells because the daily narrative is bearish and our daily target is still not hit, which is down here. So I'm looking for us on the daily to continue running lower. We also missed the 4 hour with this current 4 hour candle, so we're probably going to gravitate towards this area. So as long as we obviously survive this immediate rebalance on the 8 hour, we should be good for sells. Someone named Mark called me here. I thought you need my help trading. Yeah, bro. Send me your trades. Been catching these late night sells. I'm just getting off of work like 2 hours ago. Oh, that makes sense. So you just have a late schedule. This works for you. What are some of the videos you'd recommend to teach the most? So I actually factored some of them in. Or not factored, but I filtered some of them into playlists. So right here, Marky Maker's ICT Bootcamp. This one for sure is good because I start from scratch. Then I would recommend watching these ones. So it's IFVGs, NOIC, Immediate Rebalance, and FVG. So videos that are specifically on the concepts are going to help you a lot. Then there's also the psychology videos. So I got to add a few more to the psychology. Those ones are good as well. But every video is pretty good. The recaps, you can kind of skip through the recaps just to see exactly what I did in that specific setup. So these ones with like the computer and laptop, I made 1,500 in 2 hours. These are just going to be recordings from my streams. So if you see my streams, you can kind of skip through there and just watch exactly what concept I used. So this trade I actually held for straight up 2 days. And it was one of the biggest trades that I took recently. It tapped us in perfectly and then dropped down. I held this trade from Wednesday all the way until like Thursday Asia session. We got such a beautiful trade there. Secured profits, ended the day there, and left the last partial literally for like a day and a half. Okay, we're about to take out this 8 hour immediate rebalance. So I feel like that's the last step here was the 8 hour time frame. And that's why you guys gotta check the 8 hour if you're trading in London at 11 because we get a new 8 hour candle and a new 4 hour candle. Otherwise, if you're trading like just random times, you're not gonna know that there's a new 4 hour or a new 8 hour candle opening. So that's what's helpful about London session 11 is you are going to get a new 8 hour candle. So that's why I wanted to give it a little bit more room. I feel like from this area would have been probably the A plus entry. But because I'm obviously not using that much risk, I can give us some room. And that's why I decided to give us a little bit more room just so we survive it when it does go up here and overlap with this previous wick. You think it might take that liquidity before dropping? I mean, guys, I told you guys exactly what risk I was using. So I told you guys. I'm barely risking $200 here on this trade right now. I moved my SL to this area. You guys shouldn't be getting out. You should be using a risk that's going to allow you to survive this. You can see 8 hour immediate rebalance just got taken out. And you guys are going to see we're going to start selling off from this area now. So that's the only thing that I wanted to watch out for. 8 hour immediate rebalance. Now that we immediate rebalance right here, we can sell off. That was the last step. You guys didn't survive that because you guys just aren't fully confident in the concepts yet. That's why you shouldn't just try to copy. You should understand. And if you guys can understand, then you won't be afraid. You will understand why. Like, I didn't see this until after I entered the trade. And that's going to happen sometimes. You're not going to be able to be perfect about your analysis, but you can obviously adapt. And that's what I did. That's why I survived this trade. And it's going to start dropping now because that was the last step right there. Does that make sense, everybody? So should I enter now, my guy? For sure, bro. I'm at work too, graveyard. Working while working graveyards. Dang, you guys working at graveyards? Seriously? They actually make you work at night? That's kind of scary. What do you guys do there? Seriously, though. Like, why can't you work a graveyard in the morning? Oh, you paint all the roads. Okay, that's fair. That's chill. Is it? Are you ever scared? What was your job before trading? I worked at a car dealership. So I just pretty much worked inventory. I moved some cars around. It was actually a pretty chill job. I was still able to be on my phone and trade and stuff. 8 to 7 a.m., 11-hour shifts. Sheesh, bro. All right, we're looking for price to turn around here. Graveyard shift means overnight. It's not an actual graveyard. Oh, okay. Damn, so you never worked like a crazy job before. No, because I feel like, bro, I knew like right away that I didn't want to be working in the first place. You know what I mean? It was enough for me to realize that that was all that I needed. I'm 19, bro. I wish I knew back then too. Yeah, I think there's this word called perspicacity. Perspicacity, like just being able to look around and understand, what is like the better, not better, like that's not the right word, but like, like everybody has their own passions, and for me, like I wanted to have free time so that I can spend more time doing the things that I liked. And I just realized I wouldn't have that free time and money. Like I obviously wanted money and free time. I wouldn't have both of those if I went and worked a regular job. I'm 35. I wish I bought Bitcoin. Bro, me too, bro. I'm 21. I wish I bought Bitcoin. This is like one of those therapy sessions where we all sit down and say what we're struggling with. Yeah, bro. People don't understand that it's possible. That's the reason, bro. Gold should come down from this area. It already took out the 8 hours, so now we're just looking for it to turn back around. I literally gave it just a little bit more room. And this little bit more room should let us actually survive this. And I wouldn't say that this first setup was necessarily wrong because we did get the IFEG down here and we took out the no wick. So it's still very valid. We took out the 8 hour. It should start going down. Like this it's obviously an 8 hour one, so it could take a little bit longer. But because we rebalance this, we should continue to go lower. So I'm not too worried about this setup. It's close. It looks scary, but genuinely, we're chilling here, boys. 4405. 4405 would give you so much room. That's great. Like, especially because you can swing trade this. Because remember what I broke down in Asia session? I broke down like the daily narrative. So if we do get to Monday's low and you can survive the trade, then you can obviously ride this throughout the night even. I feel like that would be a safe area. Because the only risking time to hold would be Wednesday. Wednesday we have that news event, FOMC, later in the evening. I got started with my dad. Now I want to be successful. I spend more time. Oh, to spend more time with my kids. Been unsuccessful for over 27 years now, bro. Bro, I know you did not say been unsuccessful for over 27 years. Like, what did you say in that sentence? Spend more time with my kids. You have kids, bro. You are successful, bro. You have made it. You know how much of a blessing that is? So much people can't have that. Not only do you have kids, you can provide for them. Time will come naturally, bro. You're here now. You'll figure it out. For sure, bro. I agree. Wife and kids are a blessing. I can't afford more room. Why did you risk so much? That's my question. You got to make sure that you're factoring in. The goal with trading is not full port and eventually one account is going to make you a millionaire, bro. You got to think in the span of more trades. You got to think in the span of more trades, bro. Let me show you guys something. This is my P&L right now for August, and this is the trade that I took from Asia session. I'm still holding it. The goal is literally just to have a good RR on your trades. And in the last literally 90 days, 8 RR on my live because I'm able to obviously have a better risk management where on the days that I'm either not trading or going break even, and then on my losses I'm obviously losing way less than what I'm making. And then last portion of July we cooked. June was a little bit more tough, but we got some crazy P&Ls too. Like you guys are noticing, just the losses are way smaller than the wins, and that should be your guys' goal. That's it. That's all you have to do. You just gotta have a bigger RR. I'm on MT4 and MT5 bugging. You read that right. Been trying so hard to get stable for my family. Have put us farther in debt. Through trading or what? I always say, like, if you're trading, you want to have income. So like you got to be working. You can't just like jump off of your job and just expect that trading's going to work for you in a few months. You got to make sure that you are in the right headspace, no debt. Like that's what's going to give you the most edge in trading, because like only put in what you actually can afford to lose, like what you set aside to invest into trading, and that's going to be better. Trading isn't expensive. It really isn't. You can literally buy a funded account for 80 bucks or like literally $100. In that funded account, you've seen these people. Like we literally do interviews. There's people, you guys got to sit down and listen to them. Go to Legacy Funded Futures if you guys aren't on the YouTube channel. Luca does interviews with all the payout traders, and there's people out here that get paid thousands of dollars from Legacy. I'm not talking about any other prop firms. I'm talking about from Legacy. $15,000 from Legacy. There's a bunch of people who are getting paid out, and these are real people. And this is from an account that can cost literally $200 max. And that's going to get you started. Then eventually you can put that into a live account and start scaling your live account. But a lot of you guys, what you do, you toss money into a live account. You're not ready. You don't learn the strategy. And you just expect that one account is going to work for you. That's just not how it works, guys. You got to do it the right way. You got to take the approach of multiple trades. And over time, you're going to scale. Like I've been full-time day trading for 5 years now. I haven't worked a job in 5 years. Branson, 19 with the daughter. That's awesome too. The ability to drink beer is also a blessing. What, being 21? Nah, there's better things you can do. Not a bad spot to make sure your SL is in the same spot. It's discounted right now. Bro, Pooji, if you send something like that again, you're getting banned, okay? No more. No more random charts that have nothing to do at all with the session because it just makes me look like you're trying to sell something or get people to DM you. If you do that again, you're getting banned. Yeah, seriously, bro. He just sent me some random stuff. He sent a screenshot of a MT5 with a $37,000 position with 50 lots on it. I've grown my account and I've never gone over 2 lots, bro. You just don't need to do that. I still think it's gambling, even if you have a huge live account. If you're in debt and you have collections and charge offs, repos, and all negative items, let me know. I can remove those for you. Dang, that's crazy. No, I mean, as opposed to where Mark entered, it was at a discounted premium at the time because price was higher than entry. Yes, through trading had a lot of financial misfortune that basically bankrupted me. Trading has driven me deeper in debt. I do have a full time job too, just doesn't cover my bills. I see. It's obviously like a little bit of a tricky situation for you. And I'm not here to give you like, the advice that's gonna get you out of there. Like I totally believe that you can do it. Like you've been working at this and you're obviously here still trying to make it in trading. Um and it's obviously like you do have the opportunity, you do have the potential. I just know from experience and from like all these different students that I've worked with and all these different people that I've had message me that people who were in tough situations like honestly just made it worse. Like you got to start from a proper state of mind. I'm not saying that you can't do it because I've also heard of people who were in debt and were able to get out of it with trading too. You just have to make sure that you're not letting your like life affect your trading. You can't let like greed go into it or like tell you how much you should be aiming for when you're already done for the day trying to get more or being more emotional because you take a loss and you're like, man, like I can't end off on a red day. Like this money, I need it right now. I need to pay off my bills. I need this amount by the end of the month. Like that's the stuff that ends up causing you to go even further like into the hole with trading. But if you can disconnect from that, if you can really trade in the zone, then you can do it. You can definitely do it. Mamba's gambling. He uses 5 positions with 100 lots each. Bro, that man's different though. That's just a different level. Is it better to go with a funded account or a live account? So live account has no rules. You can get payouts every day, but it's expensive. Live account requires you like if you want to make a full-time income from a live account, you need a few $1,000s, like at least like $3,000 to make a full-time income from your live account. And that's like $3,000 if you actually trade good with a high win rate. But if you go with a prop firm, you can make a full time income from one prop firm account that costs like $200. You can already make one a full time income from a 50K account because every week you can already pull out $2,000, $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week times 4 weeks, like $4,000. That's already a good amount. That's way more than a part time job would pay you. So you can definitely like based off of your situation, what would be better, funded account or live? Trading is 90% psychology. Once you can remove the emotions, you just follow your strategy and become somewhat of a robot, you'll be good. Yeah, definitely. We're holding cells, right? Yes, we are holding cells. What is the best code for instant funding on Legacy? Code Mark, 20% off. Let's go. That's a good position to be honest. We got the 8 hour. Do you guys see this? This is like one of the reasons why we wanted to go higher. So now that we got this, we created a wick that's even higher than that. We're kind of hanging around this zone. So I do think that we're gonna sell off from here. I'm gonna give it another like 10 minutes, and then if we don't break down, I'm obviously not gonna close the position, because I entered it with the risk that I'm willing to take. I'm looking for this to break lower down into this 4 hour, so that's what we're aiming for. If it takes out these lows right here, it'll go into this previous 4 hour candle low and into this 4 hour fair value gap. So that's what I was looking for. We can easily take this out today, and that's my target. The only reason I've lost any money thus far is due to revenge trading and mistakes like placing 20 cons instead of 2 on accident. Just do and don't do extra. Yeah, you just gotta repeat, bro. Repeat the process that's been making you money. What session is considered 9 a.m. in the morning? New York session? It also depends on your time zone, but it would be New York session is in the morning, Asia session is in the evening, and then midnight is London session. At least for us, you know? My apologies to make you further explain that, but I have a funded account. I only started with a low amount in it because I'm learning still. But could a funded account benefit me more while learning? Yeah, definitely. You can definitely benefit more from a funded account. Like that's where I started, and one of the things that I learned from my funded account when I got funded is that like you're supposed to withdraw above a certain amount on your account. So that kept me like getting withdrawals on my live account because I was like, okay, as soon as I'm above like this number, I'm withdrawing. As soon as I'm above this number, so whenever I was in drawdown, I still was able to take consistent payouts. That's one of those things. And then again, risk management. You only risk a certain amount in a singular day. I rent traded, lost 1,000, then brought it back in and made it back. Worked, I guess. Bro, it only works a few times. But like, here's the thing about revenge trading. It's like you can sometimes make back the money, but the times that you don't make the money back, you will keep trading until your whole account is gone. I'm already minus 580 on a funded account. Now I gotta wait for the reset. I pulled out 250. I'm about to close to get funded on a 50K. Nice. All right. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I hate it because it hits my SL and then goes exactly where I anticipated. Yeah, you just gotta understand the different levels around. Typically, you can predict the levels that it's gonna go to, and sometimes you just have to see, like, if the narrative is correct, you might just have to wait for more confirmation. Yeah, I took 17 trades in a single day one time and blew an account. I was $400 away from passing. I've done so too, bro. I've done it in the past. Like I was so close to like passing. Like I'm talking about like $8 off, and then I use like a bigger lot size, and just bring the whole account down, bro. I've experienced everything. Like I'm telling you guys, I made so much mistakes. Like your guys' goal is like, there's this saying: a fool learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from everybody else's mistakes. Nick's, Luca's, Chris's. We've done it for years, guys. We've made the mistakes. We make videos about it. Take the time and learn the strategy, learn the psychology, so that you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. I'll never do an SL on evals. I'd be having to go from minus 700 to 200 positive, so it'd be risky. Bro, what? No SL is crazy. I did a live account for 2K, lost 1,800, made 2K back, then lost 1,000, and then won 3K. Then I withdrew it 1K and lost 2K. Dang, bro, that's like a roller coaster of emotions right there. I'm a wise fool. Yeah, doing both. Little mix of learning from your own emotions or own mistakes and other people's mistakes. All right, guys, 4 more minutes. If we don't break down here, at least into profits, then I'm just gonna end it here, and I'll update you guys on how this trade goes. Start up trading for a week after that. I've never stopped trading like for long periods of time. Like I always just kept going because like this is the career that I want to be in, bro. Like taking a week off isn't really going to help you that much. You just have to make sure that you're spending time doing like while you're trading, doing things that's going to help you get better. Journaling, writing down your emotions if that's what's the biggest struggle for you. If we are we keeping a hard SL if you end it early? Yes, hard SL right there. We should be good. Like I'm telling you, we shouldn't go back up there because the 8 hours already rebalanced and we have not tapped into this 4 hour. So I'm expecting us to go into this 4 hour anyways. So hard SL where it's at right now, and if it goes down lower, starting to go break out through these lows, then I'm obviously gonna move it to break even, which I'll let you guys know. I lost twice with you, but my risk management was bad because I was really banking on your trade, but one more. What do you mean you were really banking on your trade? On my trade? Yeah, you just gotta watch out. Like, I mean, risk management's the most important thing. My trades, like, if you realize, I always target the daily levels. I always figure out where it's going, and my trades are really big. But the thing is, it might take me once or twice to get to that level. So that's where you guys got to have good risk management. Because if you don't, then that first trade, you go heavy on it, you're not going to be able to take the second one. Yeah, I see. It's just not worth it. Unless you're literally like a few dollars away from blowing it, you have no other choice but to full port, then I wouldn't do it. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, the only time that you would do that is like literally you're on a funded account, you're like $100 away from blowing it, and you're just like, okay, I need somebody that actually thinks about the trade for a little bit. Then you can go into like a live stream and full port it. That's understandable. But if you're on a regular account and you have money that you can actually use to trade it properly, then don't do that. It's not smart. Because bro, like if I hit the trade, it's gonna be a banger. That one trade can pass your whole account. And on the losses, how I risk. Like my RR is amazing. All right, it's about to be 11:50. We are just gonna let this thing run. I'm gonna call it here a night. It's already an hour into the session. We were looking for sells. We are kind of breaking down, to be honest. Like now we're finally kind of showing us that sell side volume coming in. The wicks on the top are forming. We already hit the 8 hour meter rebalance. My target is this 4 hour gap, so it's on the 4 hour time frame. And then I'm pretty much aiming for a 100 tick TP while using about I would say this is like 50 tick SL. So my SL is slightly above these highs and my TP is slightly below the lows. It's not the best RR, but I needed to give it more room because my entry was a little bit lower than I wanted it to after I realized we had this 8 hour immediate rebalance. So I'm holding this trade. I'll let you guys know when to close it. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to London session. I appreciate you guys who joined in so late. I hope you guys have a good night. Our trade's gonna hit. It's gonna end up a bearish daily candle. Um, I'll catch you guys in the next live trading session. Peace out, everybody.